Hi, Anna here from Marshall Communications, and today I'm going to share a recipe that's been in my family for over 50 years, and I did this huge dive into Google to see if I could find anything else like it, and I couldn't. So I think this is a world premiere of this recipe, which in my family we call sour cream tacos, which isn't at all what it is. And I used to work for this family in California, and when I made it for them, they called it Anna's Taco Surprise, which also doesn't sound that appetizing. So maybe together we can come up with a more appropriate name for this dish, which is really easy to make. It's a great dish to make in the winter because it's really hearty and perfect comfort food. So the first step is making this red sauce that you put on top of lightly grilled corn tortillas with little pieces of jack cheese in them. And then you put all the little tacos in a frying pan and then put the sauce on top and then some sour cream and olives as like an additional layer, and then you bake it for a little bit. And so the first step is to make a really simple sauce using a large can of chopped tomatoes, 2 jalapeños. You want to seed them if you don't want any heat or less heat. And then you chop an onion and then some oregano and salt and pepper. And so what I'm going to do is just chop the onion up kind of medium fine, sort of saute it lightly in a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, and then I'm going to add the jalapeno and the tomato, salt, pepper, and oregano, and let that simmer while I do the rest of the steps. And this is probably put together in maybe 15 or 20 minutes. It really doesn't take that long. And then you bake it for half an hour. So in less than an hour, you could have this super amazing dinner ready to go. So I've cooked up the onions and they're nice and soft. I'm going to add the jalapeno, chopped. A teaspoon of oregano and some salt and pepper. And a nice big can of tomatoes. And I'm just going to bring this up to a simmer and let it do its thing while I'm prepping the rest of the ingredients. So I've heated up my griddle and I'm warming up the 12 corn tortillas, just enough so I can kind of fold them in half, and I'm making a little stack here so then I can fill them with cheese in a second. Okay, so the next step is taking a piece of cheese. I took a pound of jack cheese and cut it into as close to 12 equal pieces as I could. And then you take the warmed up tortillas and layer them. So we're gonna go make a row down the center of an oven-proof frying pan. I like my big cast iron. That's what I've always used. That works really well. And we're gonna get most of the tortillas down the center, and then we're going to tuck the few extras on the sides. Okay, once I have my tortillas and cheese all kind of in the pan, I'm going to take spoonfuls of the sauce and put a little in each tortilla, and then I'm going to put whatever's left over the whole top. You want to try to keep some of the edges of the tortillas out, so when it's baked, it gets nice and crispy. So you can see there's little bits of the tortilla sticking out because you want some of those pieces so they get nice and crispy in the oven. Okay, last step is putting some sour cream. You can also do half and half with light yogurt if you want to kind of cut back on the fat. Otherwise, you want to use about 2 cups of sour cream to coat the top of the layer, and then we just put some olives on top. Okay, so I just baked this for half an hour at 350, and cheese is all melty, and the little bits of tortillas that have been sticking out, they're getting crispy, and so this is ready to go. Now, we traditionally serve this with rice, but you could also serve it with any other kind of Mexican-themed side dishes that you want, and it's sort of like a casserole slash enchilada. So I was thinking maybe we should rename this dish Monterey Taco Casserole. Sounds a little more appealing to me than sour cream tacos. But whatever it's called, it's super tasty, and I hope you guys make this dish. Enjoy.